Diddy Docket the direct examination of Capricorn Clark, who is a former director of marketing for Sean Diddy Combs. Break this up into two parts. She did a lot. I feel like my bell's gonna be on the entire time while I break down her testimony. She started working for Sean Combs in 2004. Her very first day of employment, she was picked up by a security guard who took her to Central Park at 9 p.m. at night. He was upset that she had previously worked for Death Row Records and Suge Knight, the whole beef between Suge and Puffy. He told her, why didn't he know that she had anything to do with Suge Knight? If anything happened, he would have to kill her. I'm trying to understand why that first day wasn't your last day. She testified of a time when a bag of jewelry that had belonged to Diddy went missing, and he blamed her for that. A man picked her up and took her to a vacant office building where he administered a lie detector test to her, told her that if she failed, they were going to throw her into the East River. No, she could not identify who this man was. She said she did not report it to police because she thought that it violated the NDA that she signed with Puffy. She was taken to this office building for 5 days straight to be administered a lie detector test, and I'm still trying to figure out why she still worked there, but she did. Secondly, NDAs do not cover criminal activity. She corroborated previous testimony that as his assistant, it was her responsibility to book the hotel rooms under the same alias, Frank White or Frank Black, that she did. One time in Miami in 2006, Diddy summoned her to his house. When she arrived, Diddy told her, I don't care what goes on this weekend, you are not to leave this home. She mentioned to the staff that she hated it there, and the staff went back and told Diddy, and he approached her, said you hate it here, and he charged towards her. That he actually physically assaulted her. He was pushing her back and using about, she said, 75% of his force. Security guards intervened by telling Combs to stop. Clark was allowed to pack her belongings and leave. She said that she did leave his employment at that time because the physical altercation had passed her boundary. She did return in 2011, accepting the position of the director of marketing for Sean Jones' women's line. She said she did this because she knew that she did not have to work directly with Diddy. It was also her responsibility to be the creative director for Cassie. She said that Diddy had final approval over everything that involved Cassie. She testified one time when Cassie texted her and asked if they could pick up Kid Cudi. She replied that she was very concerned that Diddy would be monitoring his texts. So she actually took Cassie to Best Buy to get a burner phone to help her hide her relationship with Kid Cudi from Diddy. In December of 2011, Diddy showed up to Capricorn Clark's home, banging on the door. He was very upset because he had found out about Kid Cudi and Cassie. He was yelling at her, why didn't you tell me? He was very livid. She said that she was afraid. This was the first time he had ever even been to her home, and this is the first time that she saw him with a weapon. Made her get dressed and go with him. He specifically said that they were going to kill Kid Cudi. This part of her testimony matches Kid Cudi. She said that they drove to Kid Cudi's home. She saw Combs and the bodyguard go into Kid Cudi's house. She stayed in the car and called Cassie on the burner phone. She tried to convince Cassie to not let Kid Cudi come back to his home. When Combs got back in the car and noticed that she was on the phone, saw the call, called it back and was pissed that it was actually Cassie who answered the phone. He was furious that she had a phone number that he did not know about. Combs then threatened both of them that they needed to convince Kid Cudi not to contact the police about the break-in. If they could not convince Kid Cudi that he was going to kill all of them. Cassie and Capricorn Clark then went to Diddy's rental home in Los Angeles. As soon as he saw Cassie, he immediately began kicking her. There was a security guard there who witnessed this entire violent attack on Cassie, and he did nothing. Diddy threatened Clark that if she said anything or tried to help Cassie, that he would harm her as well. So she left and she contacted Cassie's mother and let her know what was going on, urging her to call the police because she felt like that she would be in danger if she contacted the police herself. After this event in 2011, Diddy would angrily ask Clark, why she never told him about the relationship between Kid Cudi and Cassie, saying, I should kill you, bees. I should cut Cassie's face. He cut off any relationship that Clark would have with Cassie as her executive director or as her friend. She testified that her relationship with Cassie changed after that. She did contact Human Resources. She spoke with Harvey Pierre, the former president of Bad Boy Records, explaining about the kidnapping incident, how Combs had threatened to kill her and Cassie, and about the incidents of violence. His response was, that's crazy, but it's going to be okay. She was fired in August of 2012. While she was on vacation, she was still receiving work emails, even though she was on vacation. So they used that as an excuse to let her go, saying it was an unauthorized vacation. But she said it was because the boss was mad that he didn't know that his girlfriend was dating somebody else. Ms. Clark did file a wrongful termination lawsuit. Diddy settled with her for an undisclosed amount. She did not tell the amount on the stand. Even though she was fired in 2012, she came back in 2016. Again, as a creative director for Cassie, she said that Diddy had blackballed her in the industry and she could not find employment anywhere else. She testified she didn't notice an increase in Diddy's use of drugs during this time. She left that position in 2018. After Cassie filed her lawsuit in 2023 against Diddy, she said that it traumatized her, and it was at that time that she retained her own attorneys. So that wraps up the direct examination of Capricorn Clark, and the defense will be up next to cross-examine her. Until next time.